You don't understand what I'm saying. Y'all missed the concept.
No, you said that. Okay, if your child got kidnapped,
right.
Okay, when they was born, you put a thing in their tooth. If they get kidnapped, you gon' if y'all find them in a certain amount of time, you gonna blow them up, and hopefully the person who kidnapped them is nearby, so they'll get blown up too.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Now you are aware that it's known all over the world. Let me finish. That when someone is kidnapped, if they're not found by a certain amount of time, the chances of them being dead are very, 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 very good. Right? So that's what I'm talking about. After those chances, you've exhausted everything. You've searched and you can't find, or you've done everything. Like, for instance, for example, just this past weekend, 3 teenagers were found in this house where they were dead, and this guy had put them in their basement. Right? And no one knew where those things were. And they had been missing for months. Right? Now, if one of them had the bomb in their tooth, right, and let's say 2 weeks ago somebody had detonated the bomb, that whole house would have blew up. And the police would have did the investigation and would have found those 3 guys that were already dead. And also the guy who did them would have been killed, which would save the taxpayers money.
Okay, but wouldn't you want to save that slim chance that your kids are still alive? Wouldn't you just want to hold on to that hope for as long as you can?
You know what?
Until you know that they're dead.
I like to hold on to the hope as long as I possibly can. But if I've been looking for you for months and months and months and months and months and months and months or something, I
what if that little girl in California would have gave up? What if her parents would have gave up?
And she wasn't found for a long time too.
Okay, well, what would have happened was in that case, we would have lost the child.
No.
Now you gotta understand something. You have to understand something. With everything has a little flaw.
But then you would go to jail because you blew up. They would figure out that she wasn't killed. I
want this to be the law. The bomb to be the law. But listen to this right here. Now let's say, for instance, we put the bomb in everybody's mouth. All the kids' mouths.
What if somebody got a hell of my detonator and blew me up?
No. Let's say, for instance, you put the bomb in the kid's mouth, right? Okay, now. You may locate 1,000 killers of kids, right? And for every 1,000 killers of kids, you may lose 1 child. So that's just a small price.
What about the innocent
that you have
people
to pay.
that's around when your bomb blows up?
Because it's not going to be no extremely powerful bomb.
Okay, how? How the house going to blow up if not extreme? If somebody walking in front of the house, they're going to get blown up too.
Okay, it'd be just enough to just blow, just like maybe inside the house up. It ain't going to be no real.
That's a lot.
You ever heard like bombs that just blow up like car bombs and stuff? You ain't gonna be no bomb. It's gonna be a bomb that's gonna just
a car bomb can't buy no.
Blow up everything within like 10 feet of it.
Okay,
10 feet of sidewalk right here.
What if the person's like 12 feet away and they just fly and they just get at the impact?
Well, you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. You know what? Lots of times you have ideas, and throughout the years, people improve ideas. I think it's a very good idea.
That's the stupidest thing I ever heard.
I think it's a very good idea. However, I do admit that the idea has flaws. I admit that the idea has flaws, and the idea needs some adjusting. However, I do believe that it's a good idea. Because, like I said, had they had blown up that house 2 months ago, they would have discovered where those kids were buried in Indiana. That the guy had those kids buried in the ground. You think about that. I'm Earl Winfrey, and this is the Winfrey Show.